Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul here with the finale of Lunar Silver Star story. This is basically a little epilogue. First thing that happened whenever this loaded up, and I was surprised that this happened because my understanding is it was going to happen a different way, is I got the trophy Remember This for watching all the animated cutscenes available on the Rememberizer. Way I understood that worked is once you had the Rememberizer, you had to re-watch all the anime cutscenes. Apparently, no. You just have to have the Rememberizer and have watched every scene that you can watch off of the Rememberizer. So that saves me some time. Uh, so basically, right here, we're congratulating ourselves. Everyone's going to go their separate ways. Mia and Nash are going to go to Black Rose Street to talk to Lamia, and Jessica and Kyle are going to go to the palace to see Mel. This is your opportunity to get the last 3 bromides. Once everybody separates, go to Ramus's shop. Now you remember, all the way back in, I believe, episode 2, I mentioned about you needed to pay Ramus's debt. It was 30 silver. And you needed to do that before you took off from Berg. If you did not do that, guess what? You get to play the entire game over again for 1 trophy. But if you did that, you will get Luna's Bromide 1, I believe it is. And then talk to Ramus again, either way, whether you did that or not, to get Mia and Jessica Bromide 3. You will have to buy those 2 bromides. You should have the money at this point. Money is no object anymore. And once you have bought those last 2 bromides, or gotten those 3 bromides, you will get the trophy A Bromider's Journey for having all bromides in the game. So let's go do that right now. So come into Ramus's shop and talk to Ramus. Yep, we did good. I kind of wished Luna had stayed with the goddess outfit. I mean, that was looking kind of hot, Luna. Do some roleplay. But yeah, it's all your fault, Ramus. In a way, Null is correct. Yeah. But then again, if you really think about it, I mean, Nash was already looking for the singer from Berg, so probably would have been forced to go through the adventure anyway. But yeah, we are not going home with Ramus. He is staying here. But there's Luna's Bromide 1. Again, if you did not pay Ramus's debt, you do not get this. You have to play the game all over again. And well, let's go ahead and take a look at that one. Alright, that's on Null. Luna's Bromide 1, right here. Precious Ponytail. Not bad. Okay. It's not bad. Talk to Ramus again, and he will have the Mia and Jessica Bromide 3 available to purchase. Just go ahead and buy them. You don't even have to look at them. They're 5,000 silver each. As you see, we have over 500,000. Once you buy both the trophy pops, you don't even have to look at them if you don't want to. But let's be honest, we're going to look at them, right? Yeah. Alright, so Mia, it's 3 we bought. Rise and Shine. Oh. Lucky Nash. It looks like she sleeps with no clothes on. Alright. And Jessica 3. Sleepy Smile. Oh, Lucky Kyle. Looks like Jessica also sleeps in the nude. But that is all the bromides. Now, if you want to just skip to the end, go to the docks. But we can get a little bit more of epilogue story if we go to Black Rose Street, go towards Royce's fortune teller shop, and here's Mia and Nash with Lamina. And basically, Lamia steps down as the head of the Magic Guild, and Mia is now in charge. Nash is going to help her, and they're going to start rebuilding the Magic Guild and rebuilding Vane. That is their epilogue. Once we're done here, we can go back to the palace to see Jessica, Kyle, and Mel. Alright, so looks like Kyle doesn't quite want to meet Mel, but in here, Mel is back to normal since we killed Zenobia. And Mel has also accepted Kyle and is going to allow them to date. And that is going to be the end of that. They're talking about, apparently he's giving his blessing for them to get married. Whether they will or not is another story. But that once we are done with that, when you are ready to end the game, go to the docks. So go to the docks and you should see a familiar face here. There's Lakey. He's going to talk to you and go off on another adventure, and then we are done. Game over. Alex and Luna are returning to Berg. And that is Lunar, the Silver Star story, complete as it was known on the PS1, remastered as it's known here. And as I have mentioned, this was my first JRPG that was not Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest that I got into and just absolutely fell in love with this game. I was the type of person I mostly played Final Fantasy if it was a JRPG. I'd only played Dragon Quest 1 at the time, and I didn't like it as much, so I never got a chance to play any other Dragon Quest at the time. So, a friend of mine did try to get me turned on some other JRPGs, but I really just didn't give them a chance because it was just like, it's not Final Fantasy. But I remember with Lunar, I saw an ad in some gaming magazines at the time, and I looked at that ad and was like, ooh, that looks interesting. Caught my attention with the anime artwork and everything, and I'm like, I want to play this. I want to check this out. So I ended up getting a copy of Lunar Silver Star Story complete, put it in, and immediately it was just like, oh, I like this. I just absolutely love the game. It's for a JRPG. It's very short. Took us maybe 24 hours, if that, to beat the game, and we just about did everything that there is to do in this game. Found out years later that it's vastly different from the Sega CD version of Lunar the Silver Star. They'd made massive changes on the remake, and they made minor changes for the remaster. Mostly just like how you get some bromides. But the game is very, very fun, very charming. It doesn't take itself super, super, super seriously, but there is that like underlying threat, especially when Galleon reveals himself. And everything we're having to do to try and stop him, there is that sense of urgency, but it's also like a sense of whimsy as well as we're going through our adventure. And basically, if it was not for this game, many JRPG series that I love now, I would not have really given a chance to because I was so stuck on Final Fantasy. But I guess it also helped at the time that The newest Final Fantasy at the time was Final Fantasy VIII, which is not my favorite. Final Fantasy VIII is my least favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, so I really was starved for a JRPG at the time. But we picked a good one here. We will be picking up on Lunar Eternal Blue next. That is needed to get the platinum for the remastered collection. There is no platinum for Lunar 1, but we do have all the trophies. So if you've enjoyed this walkthrough of Lunar, the Silver Star Story Remastered, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. And the next video will be the beginning of Lunar Eternal Blue Remastered. I will see you guys then.